What's up and welcome to another episode of It's Tipp Topp Fishing. My name is Keaton Ditchfield and today is a big day because I'm taking a big leap of faith on myself, on Tipp Topp Fishing and on my future, especially as a private contractor. So, why is it a big day? It's because today I'm selling Spot.
But first, let's do a little tribute to Spot, the little car that could.
Traffic is fun! Traffic!
We're going to drive further along, change gears firstly, pass up for the huge boulders that I'm probably going to hit. Should have probably checked the driving area here first. Yes, I made it.
So today we're going to sell this and then we're going to buy my new car. What is my new car? You'll have to wait and find out. Let's get to it.
Shame, she really was the car that really tried hard. She took all the camping gear, all of the camera gear and never gave up once. I couldn't help it, I had to show off one more little thing that she did for me. It was this impossible hill, a hill that no micro should ever go up, especially towing a trailer.
I think we can make it. Famous last words. And we just here. The other road is for small cars.
Ouch. But she was up. She made it. What a legendary little car. I'll never forget what a special car she was.
Now the car I'm going to get has to tick a couple of boxes for myself. Like, because I don't have a lot of money, I'm not one of those wealthy people who just can spend lots of money on things like big double cabs, 4x4s and lots of money. I just don't have it. So my car that I'm going to get has to tick a couple of boxes. Has to have a high ground clearance so I can go to those places that I couldn't get to before with this. It has to be relatively fuel efficient, so I can't go and buy the big cars that are like, you could get a very old like Nissan Patrol, a V8 or a Toyota Land Cruiser, a Toyota Hilux, even the Ford Rangers. It's like, I would love a Hilux, don't get me wrong, those cars are just amazing, they're bulletproof, they're reliable, they just do the job, but I can't afford one of those. Even on the older ones, because of the fuel efficiency, because my car that I'm buying is going to be my everyday car. And lastly, I want to be able to go overlanding in it. I want to go to all those places. Like, I don't want to seek out 4x4 tracks and tackle that and stuff, but I want to be able to go everywhere, and most of our roads in South Africa are good enough for any high ground clearance vehicle. So it's got to tick all those boxes. And now it's time to give her to someone else and she can take them on adventures and make memories and all those kind of things. So goodbye my little Micra. Let's see what my new car has in store and what car it is. I'm here. Oh, I'm nervous. It's behind that window over there. Okay, here she is, finally. Now, I've got to tell you guys some stuff. Firstly is, since I bought the car, Uncle Cyril's clapped us into level 4 lockdown, so I buy this brand new adventure car and I can't go anywhere. So excited. Well, okay, so now that I said that, I did want to put this guy on a mountain or this girl on a mountain and show cool things and do cool things and like show you what it can do and why I bought it. But I guess I have to tell you. Where did I buy it? I bought it at Mark White Nissan. I bought it there because Mark White has looked after my family. I'm talking about my extended family for the last 9-10 years. They've given us 8-9 cars, not given us, but we bought 8-9 cars from them, and none of the cars have ever given us any issues. And whenever we needed help, Mark White went above and beyond to help my family. Like, if you want to buy a Nissan or service your Nissan or Renault for or Renault, you guys must go to Mark White. It is the best service you'll ever get. They look after your wallet and they look after you. Now let's talk about the engine, the heart of this little girl right here. Okay, so what is it? It's a 2-liter turbocharged diesel motor. Why did I go for this one? Because there's also a 2-liter petrol and there's also a 2.5-liter petrol. 2.5-liter petrol's got a hell of a gearbox on it, a hell of a power on it, but the fuel consumption isn't great. The 2-liter is good. Petrol, parts are cheaper and all that kind of stuff, but I wanted the diesel because the diesel gives you a bit more fuel economy, and diesels tend to be a more simple engine. And Gavin, that legend that works at Mark White Nissan, he's head of the workshop, he says that the 2-liter diesel in this car is one of the best engines that Nissan has ever made. So that fills me with confidence and I'm happy with this. Now personally, I don't need the most fancy car in the world. I just need something to do what I wanted to do. But when I said to Mark, find me an X-Trail, I gave him my wish list and he found that car. And that car happened to be this one, which is a really higher spec model than usual. So my 2 cents so far, the Nissan X-Trail is the most practical car I've ever seen in my life. It is so practical, and I'll take you through more of the stuff that it's got earlier. I did not expect it to be this practical and to tick this many boxes. Okay, so why is it practical? Okay, firstly, I don't know why you would need it, but it's got it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cup holders in the front. 6 cup holders in the front. Why? Because, you know, why not? Okay, so 6 cup holders. It's got this little extra cubby hole here where my binoculars fit in perfectly, so now I'll never forget my binocs when I'm fishing or out and I see a bird or something that I want to see. Very cool. The camera that I'm filming on now also fits here perfectly. How lucky is that? Then I wear glasses every day. I wake up, put on glasses, I go to sleep and I take off my glasses. They're on all day, and I usually have my sunglasses. Where are they? There they are, right there. How cool is that? So I don't have to worry about fumbling with glasses cases and stuff like that. I can just put it in there. Then it's also got all kinds of little nooks and crannies to put stuff. It's got a old school radio. It is a 2012 model. And then it's got all the normal things like aircon and stuff like that. Then it has got 4-wheel drive capabilities. She is a soft roader. Now, a soft roader is a car with 4-wheel drive, but it doesn't have diff lock and it doesn't have a low range gearbox. So she's got a normal gearbox and she's got 4x4. Now there's a difference between 4x4 and all-wheel drive. If you'd like me to explain that, I can do that, no problem. So she also has a couple of extra features which helps. So it does have the descent control or downhill assist. Basically when you're going downhill, it helps you with going down so your brakes don't get pop, which is very scary if you're going down a hill and your brakes stop working. And then it's also got another feature called shift lock. So it locks the gear that you're in, because sometimes with automatic, say you're going in soft sand or something like that, and you in the gear you want to be and you charging up a hill, and then the automatic changes gears at the worst time and then you lose power and then you get stuck. So this has got shift lock, so as soon as I'm in the gear I want to be in, I clap that button, it stays in the same gear. I get all the way over the obstacle and then I can clap that off. Also, it also has 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel auto, which I've heard is a fantastic system on this car in particular. There are some YouTube channels where they say the auto is exactly what you need it to be. But if I decide I can see what's happening and I wanted to be in 4-wheel drive before I get to an obstacle, I just click it into lock 4x4. So it will lock the car into 4x4 mode. Yeah, would it be nice to have diff lock? Yes. Would it be nice to have a low range gearbox? Yes. Can I afford it? No. So this is the best 4x4 for the money that I want, but I'm also not going to seek out the hardest obstacles. I'm not going to go to a 4x4 course. I'm not going to look for cuck basically. So then we're going to the tires. Now, why are tires important? Well, 4x4's tires are very important. Now, even though these are the pretty ones, the big pretty ones, they're not exactly what I want. What I wanted was a rim that was smaller with more tire. Why? Because in 4x4 driving, you want more tire and less rim. Because more tire means more shock absorption, means more grip, means you can let them down more and get more grip and more traction. But with a big rim, you don't get that suspension, but it does look really nice. This is one of my favorite things of this car. You know, it's got spiky plants. So firstly, it has a tow bar already installed. Great, something I don't have to do. Unbraked 750 kilos and braked I think it's 1,300 kilos. I'll never need it, but it's nice to know that I can tow that much. Then over here we have an empty slot. There's never been a cupboard there. Nissan has never put one in. I don't know why, but there's an empty space there and it goes all the way back to the end of the boot. Then over here you've got a built-in cupboard. So this cupboard, I've got my tow bar condom over here, but this guy goes all the way back and can slide in and out. Lekker. Underneath this is the spare tire, which is a full-size tire, which is great. Then in terms of space at the back, it is a flat bed, so I can lie down all the way and stretch out my legs fully without needing to worry. So I can sleep in this car. And talking space, if we're doing measurements, this is almost the same size when the seats are down as the loading deck of a Toyota Hilux double cab. I've also got a 12-volt socket over here at the back, so I can plug in my Flex Adventures fridge freezer, and it's got plenty of tie downs, and yeah, I'm super excited. I'm planning a trip to, you're gonna find out, and I'm going to sleep in the car because why not? So that is it for this episode of It's Tipp Topp Fishing. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to take you guys on some epic adventures. All of these adventures are self-funded by me. If you guys would like to help fund the next adventures and stuff like that, help me get more content for you guys, please check out the Patreon page. Every cent matters, so if you want to buy a cup of coffee for me or a liter of petrol, it'll really help. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time, tight lines guys.